Jersey. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. So now the Ravens getting ready for their first go on offense. And they'll be led out by their quarterback now in his third season in the league.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
They'll take that 14 yards on play number 1. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. From the 47 now, they'll work with a 2nd and 7. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage. Now the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And leading them out is their rookie quarterback.
A real field general type of a player. Someone who doesn't get rattled when the pressure's on.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 9 catches, 68 yards.
And that was a nice job there pulling that one in. Now, this is an offense that will certainly spread the ball around a bit. And this is a guy the defenses have better focus on.
Yeah, this will be a Giants first down as the tackle made just
instead of the run that they got.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 5.
At the 44-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll set up to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw here. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 33. He'll look to throw. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT. Now a 2nd and 10. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And not much running room. Down to the 32. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. He'll look to throw. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. So now on 4th down, Mike McCarthy will turn to his field goal unit. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down, counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. In motion left here, one of their tight ends. They'll set up a throw. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first. They'll drop to throw. To the right side and intercepted. And the Giants are going to take over at their own 41. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 45-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And once again, they stop him behind the line. Now back to throw. He's got his man. That's Coleman. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the 1st down of the process.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Coleman has it here right side. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
Yeah, we're definitely in top form and pitched a shutout, as a matter of fact. That's the cherry on top of a great week of preparation. And you know what? These guys are eager to keep it going. So motivation this week, not an issue.
This one incomplete and over everybody. Looked like a clear throwaway, but the officials, they're going to say there's a receiver over there in the area, so no flags, and it's 3rd down. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Now this airmail to the sideline. It's incomplete. And there don't appear to be any flags forthcoming. Maybe a little fortunate there. It's third down. They'll look to throw. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Giants have taken the lead.
And this is a balancing act for a head coach with a rookie quarterback. You've got to walk a line with it. You don't want him getting happy feet, but you also don't want to rein in what worked for him in college. And here, he pulls it down, takes it himself, and takes it into the end zone.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 10-7. That time, a 9-play drive. And in the end, the finishing touch, an 11-yard run. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this third drive of the ball game brings.
Yeah, it's kind of a tiebreaker, isn't it? I mean, that's a tough part for them and for him because, yeah, things went really well in that first one, not so well on the second one. He wants to get back to what he did to get this game going.
Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's going to have a Ravens first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line. The Ravens at 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they got off to the tough 0-2 start, but come off a very important first win of the season last time out.
And it's tough when you find yourself in an early season crossroads, but that's exactly where they were. At 0-2, they were thinking if we fall to 0-3, things can spin out of control. But now at 1-2, they shouldn't feel the need to press out there. They're now back in a good spot, find a way to win some games, and keep moving forward.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. 55 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. (10-7) our score after one right here on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a third down coming up. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion right here. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And the Giant rush gets home as down he goes. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return, and it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The New York set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Here's 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. Back to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space, and just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with the run so far. Hands it off out of the gun. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I'll tell you what, these last couple of drives, much better from a defensive perspective. They gave up a touchdown on the opening drive, and then after forcing a punt on their last possession, it looks like they're going to get the football back again.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The possession switching back to the New York Giants. Well, these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. They'll look to throw here. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And the Giants send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Runs through the contact. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. Slot man moves right. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. That's another gain of 15 on back-to-back plays. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with it or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. Down to the 25. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. And he does not get to the first down marker as they stop him at the 19. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll bring up 4th down. And his kick is good. And that will knot us up at 10. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And New York set to take the field.
The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
It's a gain of 11 and a giant first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Right back to him on first down. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And 3rd and 8 now. All tied up at 10. 2 minutes left in the first half. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 18. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
Hadn't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. That's caught. It's Coleman. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Giants will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of... And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes it a 17-10 score. So that drive 7 plays in length, and it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Ravens going to get one more drive here in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
Throw out wide is incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
This time they stay on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here.
They'll throw now on the final play. And his throw is incomplete. So we've reached halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the Giants out in front. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side could play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
So now the Giants set to take over on offense. They were losers last week to Carolina, but they've got the lead here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Looking to throw. And that is incomplete. And the Giants send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And out will come the offense as they take over. And New York set to take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Buying time to his left. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
Remember, Brandon, he ran for a touchdown earlier, so his decision to go ahead and tuck it and go again turned out to be a wise one.
And the decision is what is important here. He has made some good decisions on when to tuck it and go. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. 2nd and 10. A handoff as they run the counter play. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to be about a yard or 2 short of the 1st here. He needed the 35 but didn't make it. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. And the Giants send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
In motion left goes a tight end. 2nd and 6. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a 1st down.
Defense.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
Here's a 1st and 10 now after they successfully drew him off sides. Here's a handoff out of the gun. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And they'll run on the inside handoff. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable. And you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What do I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. In motion, right one of the tight ends. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 45-yard line. How about 25 yards on third down? They'll take it.
Normally on third down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. He'll drop to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw here.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Ravens are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
This has to be great for the psyche of this offense. Presented with bad field position, they didn't let it stop them. They rolled downfield and scored a touchdown.
Now the try here for the point after. And he gets it to go, and we're all even, 17 apiece. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it's capped off by the Baltimore score. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
And New York set to take the field.
We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown. So every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. He'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Coleman. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
2nd down and 3.
Now whistles here and a flag down. I think a Giant jumped early. Eight. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this will be incomplete.
I tell you what, that's a veteran play from a guy in his first season in the NFL. A lot of rookies will try and force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
They'll set up to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
This will be fielded at the 17. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return.
So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And the momentum just continuing to build and build for them. They had the touchdown, their last drive to tie the game. Now their defense does its job, and Charles, all of a sudden, they've got a chance to capture the lead here.
And we're seeing a really nice exhibition of what coaches love to call complementary football. Offense gets a tie, defense does its job, gets the ball right back, and their teammates now have momentum. What a nice job they're doing, all doing it together.
He'll buy some time right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up third down on the sack.
Well, there was second long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction.
Under pressure, they got him again. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. And they can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
The Ravens send their punter out now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. Oh, good move. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and the Giants will begin this drive in good shape, 1st and 10.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. All even as we get ready to start the 4th.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down and 7.
He'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there, a 22.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. Temptation there certainly to go for this, but I think you have to kick it, right?
The temptation coming from the fantasy owners, right? I mean, there are some that are going to want to kick it because they may have that kicker, but overall, get more yardage, maybe a chance for a touchdown. But no, absolutely not. Run that field goal kicker out there. Kick it. You got to take the chance to take the lead right now. You don't want to put it back on your defense.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And they'll have this all the way out to the 50-yard line. Excellent field position.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, plays like that, Charles, no doubt, they're just going to continue to fuel this crowd.
And this defense is already playing well, but it also feeds on the energy of that crowd that you're talking about, and that takes them up to another level. Right now, they're playing really loose. They've got the lead, and what a nice stop they just made there behind the line of scrimmage.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Now back to throw.
Looking right side, and it's intercepted.
And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively, getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And New York set to take the field.
Another important fourth-quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
2nd and 6.
Second and 6.
They'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Just a gain of a couple there. And now it's 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. And the Giants send out their punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
The Ravens offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter.
They'll start on the ground here on first down.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 82 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6.
This 2nd and 4.
They're going to look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Day. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. And here comes the Giants offense. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
2nd and 9 now. Wide open receiver, complete. And he goes down at the 26. A pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. First down. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Looking middle, and that's complete. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back.
From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd and 4.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll look to throw here.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Boy, excellent coverage there. Last week he had the interception. One reason why he was the AFC Defensive Player of the Week.
So no jokes about not having hands, right? Because he got the pick last week. This week, he's knocked down a ball in this game so far. Let's see if he can get an interception as this one continues.
46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. So the Ravens now down by a field goal. 1:46 to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. Back to throw. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole.
Here comes 2nd down at 5.
It got his man complete. And down to the 16-yard line.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here.
He's back to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
Here's 2nd down.
He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick here is good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
Here's 1st and 10.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing deep here for Coleman. And this one is incomplete. 4 quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So the first crack here in overtime goes to the New York Giants as we are back underway.
Oh, some strong running. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. And now out come the Giants.
All set up for him right now, Charles. Opening possession of overtime. They've got the football. They also obviously have this home crowd behind them in a big way.
They get that extra energy from them, but they've got to be careful not to let that adrenaline get away from them and play too fast or create errors of their own making. Use that energy, embrace it, but make sure they channel it the right way. They've got a chance to go downfield, score a touchdown, and end this game.
And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. It's 3rd and 4. Big play here, trying to keep this opening drive of overtime alive. Now a first throw here in overtime. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
101 yards rushing for him now as he's done it on 19 carries.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Next score wins, but remember, this will be a tie if the period ends with no scoring as they work on 2nd down.
Broken tackle. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks. And now here's a tackle behind the line.
The Ravens send their punter out now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And New York set to take the field.
Well, this is a pretty rare situation here, Charles. You get into overtime, neither team coming through with even a field goal on their first drive. So now, sudden death with the time remaining. Next score wins.
And now I would say that going at it might be a little bit easier for both teams now because they've eased into overtime. That first series, boy, everything on the line then. Now you've seen what a defense is throwing at you. You can make some adjustments, and all you need is 3 points to win it.
And he'll be brought down here at the 28. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Looking to throw.
And that's going to be incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.